Okay. Rabbi Nachman said everyone should be happy till the end. This advice in Togarein in Yiddish means till the day when they put on those white tachrichim, the clothes that they bury a dead person in. Right? We heard before about death. So what happens? But Rabbi Nachman said, till that day happens, always smile and be happy. How could you? With the IRS on your back, with the local taxes, state taxes, the bills, the electricity, the telephone bills, especially the cell phone, and everything else that comes into your life, you got to pay it. How could I be happy? Well, I have to look for ways to be happy. I have to find something that's going to tell me I'm happy. You have to do anything and everything in your power to be happy. One of the reasons we're not happy, check yourself out on this, is communication between husband and wife, parent and child, between friends and whatnot. Did you ever notice that there's something called a friend and there's something called an acquaintance, right? How many of us have friends, real friends? And a real friend is someone who's there for you 24/7. If you ever need them, they'll be there for you, right? Today they call it a BFF, right? But how many BFFs leaves you after you finish school or you move out of the neighborhood or whatever happens, right? Friends. A lot of joy in life, a friend, is because of communication. You communicate with that friend, you speak to them, you tell them what's in your heart, you tell them what's on your mind, and you communicate that which is deep inside you. How many of us have friends that we can actually communicate the joys and the happiness that we're experiencing? The challenges, the frustrations, the depression that's going on inside my heart. Could I tell this to everyone, all my friends? Or could I tell it only to a couple of choice friends, only under certain circumstances? Communication. That's the key word, right? Today, communications is one of the biggest industries, multi-billion-dollar industries, with all the cell phones, the internet, wireless, Wi-Fi, you name it, it's all out there. But how much could I communicate? You ever try a Facebook, right? You open yourself up on Facebook, before you turn around, there's so many people knocking you, right? This is communication. Rabbi Nachman has an idea about communication. He tells us every day you should speak to your Rabbi, which means not that you can speak to him every day, but that you study his Svarim, study the teachings of the Torah. Rabbi Nachman speaks further about speaking to a friend, communicating with a friend, right? Because they have something that you don't have, and you have something that they don't have. And when you communicate, what you're doing is you're passing ideas, so you're growing in knowledge. The main communication, Rabbi Nachman says, speak to God. Or as a friend of mine phrases it, how could you ever establish a relationship with someone with whom you never speak? Do you ever sit there, I'm suffering this or that, and you think about Hashem? Did you ever speak to him and tell him about it? Did you ever tell him that you're hurting? You're not happy with this thing? You're suffering? Did Did you ever tell him how happy you are, how thankful you are for the few things that are going your way? Did you ever speak to him? You ever try it? Right? This is Rabbi Nachman's main idea. Speak to Hashem. Tell him. Today, it's a great day. I saw once a little prayer on someone's refrigerator. It was excellent. Hashem, I have to tell you, today my day is going great. Everything is working out. I don't feel any stress. I don't feel any problems or pressure. I feel rested. I feel relaxed. I don't know how to explain it, but I will say that in another minute, I'm going to be getting out of bed. What's going to happen then? Right? Communication. Think about it. What's happening in my life? And then I go through. I get dressed. Today, Baruch Hashem, I thank Hashem. I have arthritis. It's good. But I used to get dressed in a couple of minutes when I was a kid. Today, it takes me 20 minutes. Right? When I finally get dressed, I say, thank you, Hashem. We got this far today. Let's go further. Right? So I communicate with Hashem. Right? This is hard. This is painful. This is difficult. This is challenging. And this brings me joy. We have to learn to communicate with Hashem. Speak to Him. Tell Him what's on your mind. Tell Him what's on your heart. Tell Him all the joys and happiness that you have. Next week in Yitzhak Hashem, I'm marrying off my 9th grandchild. Wow. Okay. I'm marrying off, Baruch Hashem. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Especially this child's mother, my daughter, passed away a year ago. So, I'm happy. Am I happy? Can I be happy? Right? Will the joy be full? Or will be something missing? I don't know. I'll be at the wedding, I'll find out. But in Yitzhak Hashem, I look for joy. I look for the happiness. I look for the expression of Hashem. Thank you that we got this far in life. Thank you that this was accomplished. Thank you that we're here. We can do what we can today. I have problems. Okay? Hashem, I got problems. And I speak to Him. This hurts me, that hurts me. This incident happened. That problem arose. The channels of communication have to open. They will not open to you and to your friend. Excuse me. Until you communicate with Hashem. You will learn to open up those lines of communication. When you learn to speak freely to Hashem on everything that happens, thank you, Hashem. I appreciate this. Hashem, I'm not so happy with that. You can tell Him that. You're allowed to tell Hashem that this hurts or that hurts. This is too challenging for me. I can't take it anymore. Right? You're allowed to do that. What you have to do always is to know that everything is from Hashem. Even your thoughts that we spoke about earlier, they all come from Hashem, right? And they will direct you to where you have to be on this day. And today is not the same. I don't know, I remember, you probably remember Shammai, right? Many years ago there was a group, they had a song, they talked about, when you think that everything's going good, everything is great, it's fantastic. But yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, right? There was a group that sang that kind of a song. It's a Breslov song. I thought yesterday that everything was going great in my life. Today, all of a sudden, I got problems now. But I could say that to Hashem. I could speak to Hashem. I could express myself. I could communicate. And when I do that, I learn to open up my heart. I learned to open up the lines of communication. And at that point, I am able to learn to be happy. Because I have released from myself the anguish, the problems that were facing me. May Hashem help. We learn to open up these lines of communication, and Be'ez Hashem, everything will work out fine.